Good evening, everyone, and welcome back to the Schools Championship. Welcome back to Broad Street Rugby Club here in Coventry. The neutral ground between the two teams on display today. Although this is a Sedbergh fixture, they are coming up against Wellington College in the Schools Championship with so much on the line for both these sides, making a charge towards that championship title. Sedbergh look unstoppable, and that is what they have been so far this season. Wellington making a good charge and playing some brilliant rugby in the process. We saw the second 15 go at it about an hour or so ago now, and they were playing some brilliant running rugby. Sedbergh coming away with the spoils in that one. So we'll have to see which way they go this evening as the first 15 start to clash. But there's a whole lot more on the line than just the Schools Championship. We also have the Invitational 15 heading off to the World Schools Festival in a couple of weeks. And a lot of those players you'll see running out there on the field today. We'll talk through the team sheets in a little bit, but I should also remind you that the Schools Championship Challenge Shield is also on the line today. A real interesting addition to the tournament, where from the very first fixture, Sedbergh taking the win in that, take the shield with them, and they carry it into every single fixture. It's a lineal title, so until they lose to a team, they hold it, and that is Wellington's additional challenge today, is to strip them of it. As we see them running out now onto the field amongst the cacophony of noise. You love to see it. Talking through the team sheets then, as we see both teams arriving at the ground, starting off for Wellington. In the front row, we have Tom Minners, Ben Kutzi, and Oscar Hortin. Kutzi is a player to keep your eyes on. He plays over in France, and he's played brilliantly so far this season. Pippo Horrell and Ben Allen are in the engine room. And to finish off in the back row, we have Kwasi Adante, Will Courtney, Charlie McKay finishing off at number 8. Jack Thorpe and Sam Watson-Nee steer the ship brilliantly for Wellington. They put themselves into a massive lead over Millfield a couple games ago, but couldn't quite finish that one off. Let's see if they can manage it a little bit better today. Elijah and Dan Bowen are in midfield, and finishing off the back three are Ruhu Hill, Dylan Clash and Tom Chapman. Straight over to Sedbergh, we just saw them run out. This is how they're lining up. It's Ollie McCall, Jack Nisbet and Ben Biddle in the front row. Got a Sale Shark, a Newcastle Red Bull and a Saracen. Jumping up and down and getting ready for this one. Then we have a contingent of 3 Sale Sharks across 4, 5 and 6. It's James Moore, Nico Jones and Zach Brooks. Then we have a Newcastle Red Bull, Ben Dewsbury at 7 and Robert Bentham at 8. Then we have a shed load more Northerners. Some more Sale Sharks and Newcastle Red Bull players in the form of Will Baston. At scrum half, alongside him is Tom Jacques, his brother at 12, Adam Jacques, Oliver Ashton, a big 13 in that jersey, finishing off with the backfield. Number 11, Chris Kirby, 14, Harry Hawkins, and Charlie Dineen finishing off at fullback. Those are how the team lines up, and they are straight into it. The classic brown and white of Sedbergh, of course, all wearing their black boots against the black and yellow hoops of Wellington. And there is plenty of energy around this opening affair. Wellington chucking the ball around early. Just held on to it there, but a good carry into midfield. Ball stripped, and it's knocked on. Not a bad start there for Wellington, getting through a couple of phases, finding themselves finishing up on the opposition 22. First set piece of the day here. Sedbergh with the put-in. We saw them turning the screw in the second 15 fixture only an hour ago, so I wonder how well they'll go to war here. Massive game this between these two sides. The championship on the line, the challenge shield on the line. A chance to really show up for the school. And it's big. Oliver Ashton with the carry off first. And Sedbergh already stretching the team from edge to edge, keeping the ball alive. Good handling into midfield, big carry. They found the way all the way up to the 50. And they go even further, not messing around in their own half. Good take and a good return. Lots of space back there for Sedbergh, taking their time to get back to it. Not the hardest chase in the world. And that gives Jacques a lot of time to find touch. Stiff, stern breeze they're playing into in this first half. A good opportunity here for Wellington to really strike something. We saw their set piece has been brilliant throughout this season. That one, not the cleanest, but still at 100%. Let's see what shape they can throw off this. Playing off the edge, big double shot, driven back towards the breakdown by Sedbergh. Playing out the back, looking to stretch the Sedbergh back line. Not a bad option that. Winger came up on the outside, got high, and just poked it over his head. Small net gain, couple meters, but firmly putting the pressure onto Sedbergh. Sedbergh with a star-studded team. So many Sale Sharks, so many Newcastle Red Bulls. But they can't quite win the ball at set piece. Knocking it on and giving Wellington a second bite at the cherry here. Let's see what Wellington can do with this. They do have some good shape about them. A good couple of set peak strike moves over the course of 2 or 3 phases. But first, they've got to win the ball. On this occasion at the scrum, they definitely do. At the back, ready to play. Fly-ups, good to go. Flash pass across the 13. Ball at the back to 12. Oh, not the tightest of handling. And into touch goes Sedbergh. So Wellington find a way to hold on to possession. Elijah J.S. there, just with a pass that didn't quite go to hand. We saw a great ball out to Dan Bowen, trying to loop around 13. A lot of teams in the schools championship are deploying that strategy this season, playing across the face from 10 to 13, with the fullback coming short and the 12 looping round. It's a good way of squaring up whilst accessing the wider channels, but you've got to have the handling to do it. And on that occasion, it just was left begging. But Wellington's still on the ball. And still firing themselves into the Sedbergh defence. Ball played deep, but not quite connected enough. We saw on 2 occasions there a pass being looked to given to the outside, but no player really sticking their hand up for Wellington. They're just a little bit disconnected between first and second pod. First pod looks pretty good, other than the defence of Sedbergh getting in the way, but strong leg drive gets them on the front foot. Let's see how the second pod goes. Ball at the back. Sedbergh swim through and just slip off the tackle. They've got to finish those off, and that they do there. With the turnover in the process, penalty. Ball stripped once the tackle was made. I don't know, I thought he was on the way down. And stripped in the process, but referee thinks otherwise. And Wellington point to the posts early on here with the wind at their back. That's one thing the Twos didn't do earlier. They didn't capitalise on their opportunities as well in the first half. It finished 7 points to 5 to Wellington. They had a good 6 or 7 catch and drive opportunities, but they didn't convert. So Wellington on this occasion just going straight for the poles. Blustery day, wind firmly at the back of the fly half. Sam Watson-Nee. He's a good kicker. He's done well so far this season. Let's see if we can convert here. Bang, bang, there you go. Straight down the middle from Watson-Nee. Puts Wellington into the lead, 3 points to 0. I'll be happy with that. 6 minutes gone. Up on the scoreboard. But Sedbergh won't be worrying just yet. Still sticking to their game plan, especially playing into this breeze. It's Jacques to kick us off. Puts it short. Good contest, that kick. Don't know if that was the intended outcome, but it worked out. Unfortunately, a knock-on came in the process, though. So another scrum here to Wellington. See the size of some of these lads. Look at the front row, Seb, but those two props are ginormous. Ollie McCall and Ben Beadle. Two big lads. Ben Beadle of Saracens and Ollie McCall of Sale Sharks. Both playing at the highest level schoolboy rugby has to offer. Ball put into Wellington at the back now. Bit of a tussle on up front, but he gets it away out to Lodge Davies. Long pass now, all the way from edge to edge. Oh, the jet shoes turned on, but they weren't quite fast enough. And it's a turnover at the breakdown, a good old-fashioned counter ruck. Don't you love to see it? And Ashton comes away with the ball. All at the back, plenty of space here, got to go square. Jacques gives it outside. Kutzi on the outside now. Gives a brilliant offload to the fullback, back inside. To the number 8 who finds his way over the whitewash. How's he done that? Then he's like a thief in the night. Slipping down the sideline, a couple of shows and goes, and off he went. Robert Bentham runs it round for Sedbergh after some brilliant attacking rugby. We saw a classic turnover, a counter ruck. Don't you love to see it? Ashton came away with the ball, and then they went from coast to coast, from edge to edge. Brilliant draw and give. We were speaking about it a lot in the second 15 clash earlier today, talking about the connection between midfield and outside channel. And if you're unable to connect those, it makes defending a whole lot easier because you've got to defend a whole lot less space. But when you can stretch a team to those outside channels, not only can you exploit them there, but it creates space through the midfield. But on this occasion, it opened up on the outside. Kutzi took it. The man who plays over in France gave the ball through a brilliant offload to the outside and found its way all the way into the hands of Robert Bentham, who slipped down the sidelines, somehow scorching his way over in the corner. Oh, and just off the upright from Thomas Jacques. So it's a 2-point game now. Sedbergh with the first try of it. 5 points to 3 on the scoreboard. And Sedbergh showing just how dangerous they can be. Their basic skills are just phenomenal. But how good are their systems? Let's see how well they exit here. Look at the shape they've already set up there. 2 layers of pods. It's a 5-man shape. Ball comes up the back to the second pod. Really challenging the decision-making of Wellington around 4th and 5th defender. Flat ball to the wide channel. The aggression in the carry there, but it's just taken him over the sideline. And you can see how much it means to Watson-Nee. A momentum shift there. They've snatched it out of the grasp of Sedbergh. After scoring that try, they needed to come back with something. And you could see the anger in the winger on the sideline, but just chopped down by Watson-Nee. Wins his team the ball. Now what can they do with it? Running into this one, up at the front. Great take from Ben Allen. Peel off the front, and they are attacking the seam, but Z just gets off, can't quite make the tackle, and the Jacques brothers have to do it for him. Round the corner they come. Big carry from Z. Bounce to the outside. Fullback now, 5 meters out. Oh, good carry and tackle, met brilliantly. Wellington knocking at the door here. Can they find their way over? Oh, decision time now for Mr. Sir. Wingers jogging back. I think it's going to be a goal line. Oh, double movement. Tackle was made. Can't find yourself crawling on the floor or trying to place the ball twice. You've got one opportunity to place the ball. And on that occasion, the Wellington lad took 2. So it's a penalty. Always a real harsh one, that, isn't it? You find yourself from being arguably so close to scoring that you almost have. And then you find yourself being marched back a good 10 meters because of a penalty. That is the game, though. And Sedbergh playing it well so far. Look at the layers of shape here, playing into midfield. No connect out the back. Pretty obvious running into the front door of Wellington, but still have to make those tackles. Oh, yes, just gets sat down. Young lad just trying to keep up with the contact. These Sedbergh boys just come round the corner with a vengeance. Then they find themselves up to their 40. Ball at the back, good connection. Jacques across now to Ashton, the big man. Look at him, hitch kick into the outside. Ball in one hand. Create a bit of space for his outside man, Chris Kirby, but just didn't have the resources to get the ball away. But that was a brilliant offload. Numbers here, they got quick ball. Slowed down, not even slowed down, stolen. Heroically, thankfully, for Wellington. Alarm bells were ringing there, but they stopped it at source. No need to defend it when you can just turn it over at the breakdown. That's the beauty of our game. Always have to keep your eye on the ball, have to pay attention at all times. And it was number 4, Pippo Horrell, who managed to find his way over that ball to save his team and give them a chance now. Brilliant turnout here this evening from both teams, coming from equal distances to get here to Birmingham. Oh, off the front goes this. Oh, he slipped one, but 2 big lads swarm him and say, "You shall go no further." Yes. Courtney puts his hand up, plays the ball at the back to Watson-Nee. Looping pass out to Chapman. Puts his head down. Rue Hill wants the ball out on this edge. You can see it. Good hands. Good injection of pace. He's got the chance now. Can he stay in? He just tiptoes his way up the sideline and up to the 5 meter line. Make that 4, 3, 2, 1. They're over. Wellington respond to Sedbergh. And isn't he happy about it? Tom Miners burrows his way over, if you pardon the pun. Good score that for Wellington, stretching the Sedbergh defence. We know they can make their tackles. You run straight at them, they'll put you down. But how are you going to make those tackles in the wide channel with a bit of footwork, a lot of pace, and a bit of dynamism thrown in there too? It was Rue Hill who wanted the ball. Tiptoed his way down the sideline, gave them the momentum they needed just in behind. And once they found that space, they just stayed on top. Brilliant score for Wellington. Now will we get the full 7 for it? Not the worst strike in the world, but not the one that's landed the upright. So it remains a 3-point ball game. Wellington 8, Sedbergh 5, 15 minutes into this one. And you can sense the frustration amongst the Sedbergh lads jogging back to the halfway. This is not what they wanted, but let us not forget they're playing into an almighty headwind and playing for the school's Challenge Shield today as well. So a little bit more on the line than just the championship. If you weren't already aware or just recently tuned in, the Challenge Shield is a lineal title. They were the first to win it and they hold on to it. And it's up for grabs in every game. So every time that they take the field, they're playing for a whole lot. Wellington with the chance now to claim it for themselves. And if the scores remain how they are, then they'll do exactly that. A lot of these players as well also going on to represent the schools championship at the World's Schools Festival in Abu Dhabi in a couple of weeks' time. The biggest rugby schools in the world shall be there, from South Africa, New Zealand, other parts of Africa. It's an almighty competition. And the schools championship are taking an invitational 15 over there to challenge some of the best. But first, we've got a school championship to deal with. As Wellington kick their way up the sideline and take a breath of fresh air for all of 2 seconds, because Sedbergh off again. Brilliant bit of footwork. But then spanners the ball into touch. Got a bit excited after he claimed the ankles of Kwasi Adante. Young lad just a bit too eager on the chase there. You've got to slow your feet a little bit to then accelerate into the contact, because with all that space, all you have to move is half an inch and you go flying by. But regardless, arguably the effort of his kick chase has put them into this position. And to the middle they go. Great drill. And off he peels around the front. Ball at the back this time. Into midfield. Jesse. Ball at the back. Oh, what a read. From out to in goes Dylan Crash. Straight into the Wellington attacker. What a read from out to in. Blindsided him. And stemmed the flow of Wellington's momentum. But Sedbergh still with a job to do here. Well held. Was the ball not on that occasion? No. I think they're moving Dylan Clash into midfield to defend. I think they shift one of the Jacques brothers, Thomas, into the backfield and then put the big fellas, Ashton and Clash, into the 12 and 13 slot to do things like that. Brilliant read. You know, making the tackle's one thing, but it's the intellect to understand when to go and when not to go, because if that ball goes away, they're going to go straight under the post, Wellington. So it's a ball and all tackle, and it had to be. And that's really raised the spirits here. Sedbergh just doing the simple things very well. I said that, I thought he'd lost the ball on the floor, but it was stolen, illegally so. Hands on the ground, sweeping the ball away. So an easy exit here for Sedbergh. And they won't make a mistake with clearing to touch. Just disciplined players are the Sedbergh lads. Basic skills. Catch, pass, run, kick, tackle, carry. Let's see how their set piece goes. To the front, off the top, into midfield. Big shot coming through on the scrum half. We'll get that ball away earlier next time. They've gone from edge to edge here. Oh, he's slipped out the tackle. But I didn't quite see what happened there on that far edge. Was it a forward pass? Well, it must have been. Oh, he saw the danger there of Clash this time with ball in hand. Ball comes out. Oh, brilliant disruptive work from Will Baston. We've seen him do that all season. They've won the turnover. Ball comes out the back, just flooding through. Go Wellington. There's a bit of the carry. Brilliant carry. Gets them up over the gain line. We see Wellington retreat there, but it's a slow ball at the breakdown, so they have time to set. Tip line straight through the middle. And has he got the toe to finish it off? No. Wellington just get back. That was Zach Brooks going clean through. Jack's long ball over the top. What a pass! And into the corner goes Chris Kirby. What a seed. What a rainbow ball. What a bridge pass over the top. Cut out about 4 or 5 players. But it doesn't matter when you're that close to the try line, because all you're going to do is crash over. And that's brought the crowd to life here. What a rocket off the left hand of Jacques. We spoke about it earlier in the game, the basic skills. Simple things done well. And honestly, weren't awfully too much simple about that. That was a tough pass to not be picked off in the air. And what a finish it was by Kirby to find his way into the corner. Shaq's now to add the extras. Just slides across the face. So 2 unconverted tries for Sedbergh. Play against the 8 points of Wellington. 1 unconverted score and a penalty for them early on. 23 minutes gone in this one, and Sedbergh have regained the lead. Going all the way back to that scrum. Will Baston of Sedbergh disrupting the Wellington attack, winning them the ball. And that's what ignited them. That's what gave them the opportunity. But it's a bit of tennis here. Possession exchanging hands. But it's in the hands of Wellington now, who are on the front foot and in the right position to be doing exactly that. Ball comes out the back. Watson Nee decides, no, head down. Let's just keep moving forwards, fellas. Slight slip from Yasso, but just refines his feet. That's Ben Allen on carrying the ball. Plays it through to Oscar Horton. Bit of shape here, but holds on to it, does Dan Bowen. Standing start does well to drive through the contact. Here goes Courtney. But Sedbergh answering all the questions that Wellington are throwing at them. Oh, good offload at the back. Just holds on to it and gets driven back with a second attempt. Wellington getting through the phases here, knocking at the door. Can they kick it down? Ball at the back. Watson Nee across to the fullback. It's Tom Chapman, 1 metre short. Almost found his way over. Head down, leg drive from Dylan Clash. Just can't quite make it work. And it's a goal line dropout. Oh, agonising for Wellington, coming so close. But they can come back at it again now. Long pass through to Dante. Tip ball, Horrell. Penalty, Wellington. Got to roll away. They are slowing down Wellington's ball significantly, which is stemming the flow of their attack. What do they do here? Corner or points? of course, wind at their back. They've got to go to the corner. You've got to try and create some sort of a lead here, because it's going to be blown in your face very soon. Opportunity now for Wellington. Got to get this drill right. That they do. Sedbergh stay down and hit it hard. Wellington peel off the front. Now it's time to go to the pick and go game. Trying to find any space they can, but there's no cracks so far in the Sedbergh pick and go defence. Down the short side, interesting option. Bit of space there, but only one way they can go now, and it's Nesbitt flying into the lads. But they find a way through. Metre short. I feel like it was easier to score the try on that occasion. He was almost over the line. Oh, just being driven back and over the ball. It's turned over. Sedbergh have picked the pocket of Wellington and can breathe a brief sigh of relief, because they've still got a little bit of work to do here to exit this. Composure from Thomas Jacques, though. He's just marshalling the troops, pointing his players in the right direction, and forward they go. Don't want to get ahead of themselves here. Still need to look to exit. Baston at the base. Adonte looking to charge him down, puts a bit of pressure on. And that keeps the ball in play. Oh, what a mess. Penalty. Obstruction from a retreating Wellington player. You've got to leave the channel free nowadays. It's a free run for the chasing players to compete for the ball. We love to see it. It makes it a little interesting moment in the game, but Wellington preventing the challenge on that occasion and providing Sedbergh with sweet relief. Nesbitt to put this one in. Up at the front, just taken well. And Baston a little bit frightened, I think, on that occasion of Courtney coming through from the line out. Around the corner they come. Nesbitt picks and goes himself. Plenty of fight in the contact from him. Testing them up front here now. Sedbergh not looking to stretch the ball until the opportunity's right. And here they go, front door to Jacques from Ashton. And that is the danger of going front door as a distributing inside centre. You have to reluctantly hit the breakdown. As much as you want to stay as a second ball player, you're still a centre. And centres are close enough to being back rowers on many occasions. So hitting breakdowns, it's got to be part of your job, and he just stayed too far away from Ashton there, lost the race to the breakdown. And that gave Wellington a sniff at the ball, and they then took a full bite of it. Winning themselves a penalty, and now the territory down into the Sedbergh 22. Another opportunity here. They've got to start capitalising on these, because the wind will soon be blowing in their face in about 5 minutes time or so. So you've got to see them crash over at some point. Off the top. Oh, juggled by Watson Knee, but gets it away. Thorpe at the back to Watson Knee. Into the wide channel goes Chapman. He's had some success out there so far today, but shut down on this occasion. Horton tips to Horrell, but stripped. And ball played on the floor. But the ball was stripped first. Who is it? Ben Battle, the big man up front, winning his team the ball back. And another opportunity goes begging for Wellington there. They'll be kicking themselves going into half-time if they don't execute on one of these, because Sedbergh are playing it into an almighty breeze. And it's an almighty shove from Wellington. But Sedbergh just managed to get the ball away. Oh, good bit of footwork from Jacques. And he's found his way all the way through. Can he connect with his brother on the outside? Oh, another bit of footwork. No way. He's going all the way to the house. He dots it down. What dazzling footwork. What finesse. What pace to finish it off. Bang off the right. Bang off the right. Just stuck a copy and paste job on the first step. Did it to the fullback. Goodness gracious, what a try. That's one for the highlight reel, that. And talk about kicking yourself. Those Wellington lads will be scratching their heads about how that's happened. What field position they had. A couple of opportunities to get on the scoreboard themselves, and they haven't been able to execute. And I've said it before, and I'll say it again. The basic skills of Sedbergh proving to be the difference. No handling errors, basic footwork, tight spaces, right foot step, staying light on the feet, ball in two hands, threatening to the pass, to the inside and the outside. If you rewatch that one, you'll see plenty of players around. Jacques, who broke through the middle, his brother, one of them on the outside, but he decided, I'll do it myself. Another post he went. Of course, he needs those players around him to draw them away from himself, but regardless, he has to be the one to finish it, and that he did. And Sedbergh managed the restart. Apart from something must have been a bit dodgy there. I don't know if it was a knock-on the floor or it was knocked on in the turnover. Good refereeing so far today. Let the game play where it needs to, but making the right choices when he has to. We've seen Wellington turn the screw a little bit here at scrum time, and they have to sort of lay a mark down here. It's Tom Miners, Ben Coetzee and Oscar Horton in the front row for Wellington, up against Ollie McCall, Jack Nisbet and Ben Beadle. And what a contest it is. That one's a bit more even. Basically just launches it out to Ashton and takes the shortcut line. What an intelligent scrum half, and what a carry from Ashton. Dewsbury on the ball, but just stripped illegally on the floor. Will Bayston is an incredibly intelligent scrum half for two different reasons. I want you to watch him after a scrum is finished on the next occasion. If he's attacking, he's just throwing the pass. Oh, cancel that. I'll talk you through it in a minute as Wellington send this one back all the way, putting Sedbergh back inside their own half. Ball getting passed out into the hands of the big man, who decides to give it out to Chris Kirby, try scorer, number 11 playing on the right. Jacques over to Beadle. Bentham, try scorer as well, carrying through the middle. Oh, knock on. That'll take us through to half-time. 17 points to 8. Sedbergh leading this one up against Wellington. What a first half we've had. Goodness gracious, we've seen some good tries there, haven't we? It's half-time here in Birmingham. To finish what I was saying earlier, for a bit of half-time entertainment for you, if you want to tune in the break. Keep your eye on Will Bayston after a scrum. It's a prime example of intelligent scrum halfery, because when he's given his pass, his support line is superb. there's an air of expectation that the Sedbergh backline will make some sort of break, and he is ready for it because he goes in behind the Wellington defence. Takes what's called a cheat line to the breakdown, so there's no defenders in his way. He can get to the ball and resource it quickly to keep his team on the attack. But even more intelligently than that, if you didn't think that was smart enough, check him on the defensive side of things, because much like Faf de Klerk back in the 2019 Rugby World Cup, he'll follow the ball and hunt it off a scrum. Say that Wellington run a play off 12, they play to the number 12 and he plays at the back to the 10. We saw it in the lead up to Sedbergh's second try, how he followed the ball, made the shot on the 10 out the back, which means that his 13 doesn't have to. He doesn't have to worry about biting in or staying out. He can just stay nice and square and contain the attack because he knows his inside scrum half is pushing pretty hard. Smart play, bit of rugby nosing there for you at the halftime break, but I'll spare your eardrums now. I hope you enjoyed that first half. 17 points to 8 up our Sedbergh over Wellington. I'll catch you in the second half. We're almost back underway here in Birmingham. Just a quick reminder, if you have any shout outs whilst watching along on the stream, then you can reach me at OJ Rugby on Instagram, and I'll be sure to give you guys a shout out if you have anyone from back home. But otherwise, let's get back underway here. Tough start for Sedbergh, knock on early, giving Wellington a chance to try and get a foothold into this second half. Thorpe to put this one in, been quiet this game, usually marshals the troop a little bit more than this, kicks a bit more, but I suppose been started possession. Watson knee out to Yes, who carries hard through the first tackle but chopped down. Around the corner comes Miners, tries scorer, dancing feet there to break a couple tackles. Intelligent kick, Yes, it's after this one, he's kept it on the toe, picked it up as well now, they're in behind. Sedbergh on the back foot, getting back on side just in time. Courtney carries. Almost kills their momentum, but they go again. Out the back, good connection, good read. Carry to the outside. Good defense from Sedbergh, just holding on here. Yes, he's carrying hard today. Getting through a lot of work. Oh, Wellington on the outside. Chapman almost finds his way over again. He's come close on a couple of occasions today. Horton carries. Hurrell. Those two have been a two-man band so far, carrying together. Across the face to Allen. Door gets shot on him though, aggressively. Oh, what an offload out the back door from Bowen to Clash. But we're going to have to stop for an injury to Chapman. Looks a little bit worse for Wes. Whilst we do take a brief pause, just to give a quick shout out to Henry Richmond and the boys from Powell House. The boys in pink, apparently. I don't know if you can see them around the ground. But shout out to you guys. Hope you're enjoying the show. We've had a great game so far this evening. Just exactly what you'd expect from both these teams. Arguably, Wellington not quite executing to what we know they're capable of. We've seen them string together some beautiful passages of play, especially off set piece so far this season, to score some wonderful tries. Thinking back to Millfield away a couple of weeks ago. But Wellington just can't quite string it together in the same way that Sedbergh have been able to so far today. They're not doing anything crazy. I mean, arguably the footwork was pretty unreal from Jacques, but it's just simple things done well that are proving to be the difference for the disciplined Sedbergh in their black boots. They play with plenty of personality, individuality and flair, but they all blend into one. It's the Sedbergh machine that marches forwards. And so far proving to be the difference in this one. 5 minutes into the second half. Wellington with an opportunity here. Clash comes to the short side, but no need for him there. As yes, puts his head down. Spins out of 1 or 2. He's done well to gain some extra meters so far today. Courtney comes close. He's been dangerous today. Minor seen him borrow his way over earlier so far today. On this occasion, he's repelled, but they come close. Closer still. Knock on. That's twice. Wellington have been, no, thrice. Wellington have been within millimeters. They had a double movement and a couple knock-ons, which have killed them. That is a demoralizing blow, that, to come so close yet so far. And they are still 9 points behind. As we take another break, and a few lads drop some messages in. Harry Baxter has asked for a Sedgwick House shout out. And Sean Craig, whoever that may be. Hope you're well, fellas. Hope you're enjoying the game. I assume these are Sedbergh or Wellington houses at school. Looks like Wellington to me. It's Tom Walker's birthday. He's an ex-Wellingtonian. Wellingtonian, love that. And it's his birthday today. He bleeds black and yellow. So happy birthday to you, Tom Walker. Back on with what matters most. Sedbergh with a scrum on their own try line. Goodness me, Ashton is a powerful runner. Someone's holding onto his leg and he's still batting away other defenders with his other arm. Ball comes deep to Jacques. What clinical stuff from Sedbergh. But taken quickly from Wellington. We're back on with things. So Sedbergh got to stay switched on, make their tackles, and it's time to defend. Trying to organise from a split field, but it doesn't matter. When the ball gets stopped at source, you don't need to defend. Sedbergh have gone from their own in-goal area to Wellington's 10-metre line. Brilliant steal at the front though from Wellington. This is back and forth stuff here today. Don't write them off. There's a bit of space, bit of disconnection between 12 and 13 if they can move the ball there. But they decide enough's enough. Look at the Sedbergh lads already getting back for the kick. Always expecting the next passage. But it's straight out on the full, taken back into the 22. Oh, just... They release the pressure valve and then immediately retighten it. And Sedbergh come flowing through. Wellington come back with the ball though. Let's see if they can exit clean this time. You've got to take your medicine at some points and just admit we may not have the possession, but at least we'll get out of our own 22. But they're playing here. Coming around the corner, Watson knee marshalling the troops. Oh, don't know what's going on here. Mr. Sir is not happy. Rugby values are very important. And a line potentially crossed there by one of the Sedbergh lads. Uncharacteristic from them. Usually a pretty disciplined side. Getting a lot of requests for a shout out for Joe Buxton, wherever he may be. Thank you guys for reaching out and dropping some shout outs in there. I hope you're enjoying this as much as I am. Back on with the rugby. And Kutzi Nez puts it in. Something a bit slow and lethargic about Wellington right now. They're not quite landing a killer blow. They're not quite bringing the energy they need to be to get themselves back into this one. You see them just not quite on the same hymn sheet. Ball at the back. Jacques shut the door and makes the tackle, and Nico Jones almost turns it over. Jones and Moore, both the second rows, getting more and more involved in this one. Yes, at the back. Good carry from Horrell. Come on, they've got to get some more energy about them here. Courtney with the carry. Advantage, that'll do it. Let's go free play. Got to try something. And Tom Miners puts a grabber in behind. Not exactly what I was meaning, but we love the creativity from the front rower. They need a spark. They need some energy to bring this one back to life for them. It's not over yet. But you think they'd have to come away with something here. Wind blowing in their face. It's not a bad kick in the slightest. Up at the front, good drill. Courtney peels off the back and gives it to the big man. Who's that, number 8? Jack McKay. Had a quiet game so far today, but slowly getting himself involved, as is Ben Allen. Here we go, front foot ball, straight through the middle goes Thorpe. Watson knee comes into play, scrum off. Out to Courtney. At the back door, round to Bowen. Skirts to the outside, gets through 1 or 2 tacklers. Wellington on top. Courtney slips through the front door. Just quietly sneaking his way around, but that's a bit more abrasive from Allen. Ball to the outside. Oh, you'd think he just had to pin his ears back, he'd be in the corner. Inches away now. They've got to cross the line here and preferably put the ball on the ground on this occasion rather than getting held up or double moving or knocking on. They've got to put it on the line. Come on. Yes! He's done it! Didn't even get himself over the line, just stuck his hand out, put the ball down and put Wellington well and truly back into this one. We have a game on our hands. 4 points in it with a kick to come. Yes, he's been playing very well today. Just sticks his hand up to get involved in the game. Loves being on the ball, loves carrying even more. And he's put Wellington on his back and carried them straight back into this one. Watson knee now with a chance to put them within 3 points. It's up there. Oh, just slides across the face. A brilliant attempt from that far out into the wind. Sedbergh, restart. Over the lifting pod into the hands of Hurrell. Pipple Hurrell's been safe as houses so far today. You need a second rower like that who just keeps ticking over. No nonsense about him. And this is a no-nonsense option from Jack Thorpe. This is what we're used to seeing him do throughout the schools championship so far this season. Hang these bombs up for players like Dylan Clash to get after and win back, and out the back they go. Good ball into space, one-on-one. This is what we love to see. Just puts on the afterburners and heads to the outside, but there's no chance, as said, the lad's going to miss a tackle like that, and the flag goes up. There's one player that never misses a tackle, and it's the sideline. And he just manages to force him over it. It was Daniel Deloney making the tackle there from Sedbergh. And this bit to put this one in. Good drill. Off the top they go. Through Jacks. Round the corner they come. You see the layers ready to rock and roll. Oh, and just out the back they go. Was not expecting that one. Just a little too eager. Too much excitement to get on the ball there, and slightly mistimed his run. Did number 4, James Moore. Overran it. It was a perfect line if he just chopped his feet a little bit earlier to stay onside, but it was the other second rower, Nico Jones, who wasn't expecting him to overrun that line. Ball comes out the back and just knocks it on. But you can see the intent behind Sedbergh's attack. You can see the layers to their shape. They're thinking 1 or 2 phases ahead, not only as halfbacks, but as a team collectively. The evolution of rugby is fascinating at this schoolboy level, and you're watching the top of it here in the school championship. So it's Wellington's turn now. Brilliant option. Got to put some pressure on here. Oh, just dances his way out and gets blasted. Unfortunately, on the way down, so plenty of mitigation there. Tackle was pretty much made and he's come in to finish the job. But unfortunately, was a little bit high in the process. But there was, in my opinion, a significant drop in body height. It was not always illegal from the tackler. Yeah, good call, Mr. Sir. There's a few pieces of mitigation you want to see when it comes to a high tackle. You want to see the tackler at some point being legal. The referee will say, like, the tackler was never legal if they never show any drop in body height. We saw that with Ludiaga for South Africa the other week, where he supposedly was never showing any intent to wrap the arm or to drop body height, although Thomas Ramos was quite low on that occasion. But regardless, there was plenty of drop in body height from both those players there. Tackle was almost finished, so I think a good call from Mr. Sir, and a great kick from Jacques to find Sedbergh just outside Wellington's 22. Oh, just a solo lift there at the back, slight miscommunication, and off goes the hooker, Kutzi. And now with an advantage. Let's see what they get up with this. At the back to Yes, ball at the back even further. Testing that wide channel, we can see the shoulders and hips of Sedbergh players jogging back towards that sideline. Getting back on side, and Yes has a bit of room down the sideline, bit of footwork. The danger man gives an offload to the outside. Oh, just stopped in his tracks is Dan Bowen. But Wellington ringing alarm bells here for Sedbergh with a route back into this game. Kutzi carries hard, does well to hold on to the ball. Watson knee. At the back to Bowen, who's got a bit of space and puts on the afterburners and runs his way under the post. Sedbergh looks shocked, surprised, caught off guard by some brilliant attack by both Wellington midfielders. Yes, it's been the point of difference in this game so far today. Carrying brutally, and then Bowen putting a bit more finesse on the play out the back, gliding to the outside and sliding his way over. And Wellington have found a way back into this. I said don't write them off, and they've come back from 9 points down to take a single score lead. Kick to come to put them 3 points up. And there it is. Not that Sedbergh have shown any sort of intention to take any 3 points during this game. Back into this one. Wellington, if it stays like this, take home the school's Challenge Shield. Sedbergh not jogging back to halfway in the same way we saw them in the first half. A bit shell-shocked. They had plenty of energy about them, but I'm sure they are not panicking. They don't seem like a team that get very flustered. I'm sure they've been in positions like this before. Although we have seen them take massive leads, I'm no doubt that they have plenty more resilience in the tank than just smashing teams. A bit of a mess there, though. Thorpe is putting up bombs and asking plenty of questions of the Sedbergh backfield, and they haven't quite got the answer for them yet. Nor do they have one for Yeas, who just keeps on beating defenders. Hurrell gets sent back in the tackle. Watson knee's got to start looking to the skies now, or Thorpe. Don't want to keep on messing around down this end of the park. Isolated, but no Sedbergh player gets over it. Watson knee says, let's get out of here, fellas. Finds a bit of grass too. Bit of time for the chase to get back. And a good, lined himself up real well for a good chop tackle, but just slipped out of it. That's the replacement there for Wellington. Ball at the back to Jacques, who decides better of the pass. To the short side. Yes, makes the tackle. Jacques into midfield. Oh, good carry from Robert Bentham, the try scorer. A mess on the floor And Wellington have forced an uncharacteristic error from Sedbergh, and they look slow. This is not the response you typically see or want to see from them. Someone has got to take this game by the scruff of the neck for Sedbergh and stamp their authority on it. We've seen the likes of Will Baston at scrum half do exactly that. The same with Ollie Ashton in midfield. Ashton and Jacques have combined brilliantly in midfield. Adam Jacques, that is, scoring a superb try. One of those lads in the back line I can see making a difference if they're given the opportunity, and the scrum is giving them that. But a reset, you can't push over 1.5 meters at this age grade. So back we come. Sedbergh really turning the screw here. Freddie Turnbull has joined the equation here, number 16 on the blind side for Sedbergh. Hopefully he can bring some energy alongside 17, Austin Sanford. Sanford playing for Scarlets and Turnbull for Newcastle, so two brilliant players to bring off the bench. Almost through the front door, looked out the back and gave it short. Here goes Ashton. Again, someone just clinging on to one of his legs for dear life. Oh my goodness, he's a big man. That was number 4, James Moore. Out the back from Jacques to Jacques' his brother, from Thomas to Adam. And Jacques put on the feet again, but this time Yaez puts him down. Those two inside centres having a right battle today. And it's a penalty in front of the Wellington crowd, who absolutely love it. Yaez again, the difference maker. He is having a game. That's just the way you want to fire up the crowd who've come to watch, but that is not. Missed touch, got a little bit overexcited into this wheeze. You can't be making mistakes like that, especially with Sedbergh on the charge back, and now with an advantage. High tackle from Wellington. They're within 3. What do they do here? Silly question. Straight to the corner they go. Oh, not the prettiest of kicks, but the Wellington fullback Tom Chapman weren't quite ready to keep that one in. There was an opportunity there. This wind is causing havoc for both teams, and it is squeaky bum time for the black and yellow boys, as the brown boys are getting right on top of this one. Catch and drive coming. There's the lift, there's the drive, and we've seen them push the scrum forward. Can we do the same at the maul? So far, not so good. And Nesbitt is being held in there. Out to Jacques, who knocks it on. Can't quite pull a rabbit out the hat like he did in the first half. And he'll be disappointed with himself for that. Him and his brother exchange a glance of disappointment and frustration. That was their chance. Yeah, we see now. An interesting switch up in the back line here for Sedbergh. They move Tom Jacques out to the wing, take his brother with him, and Ashton alongside Henry Hawkins come and defend the big channel. But it doesn't matter. It doesn't matter when the ball is stopped at source. The set piece and the breakdown are so much more important than people give credit to. It's all well and good discussing defensive systems and attacking shape, but if you can't win the ball at source, there's no point. So Sedbergh march their way up the field, take themselves out of 3-point range. Good drill. Not straight. Now there's a bit of life in the Sedbergh ranks. That is a momentum shift. You can feel it. You can see Sedbergh getting around it. It's fascinating. It doesn't even take anything from them. Just a mistake from the opposition that gives them a bit of life here. Not long left to go. 3 points the difference. Mason rolls this one in, out to Jacques, across to Ashton. Front door to the fullback, Charlie Dean. Had a quiet game, Dean. Oh, good read from Courtney, slipped off his first man. Made the shot in the second, Ashton, across to Dean. Out now to Hawkins. He's a big man, hard to put down. But they've done a job better than that. They put him into touch. Oh, and he gets up groggily, does Hawkins. Gritty defence from Wellington. Just making this one an absolute scrap for Sedbergh, who just seem a half step off the pace in this second half. They were looking clinical in the first. And you wonder whether the way they've dominated games so far this season has not potentially prepared them for a tough challenge like this from Wellington. Maybe an unexpected challenge. Must-win game for Wellington. They've got everything on the line here today. I suppose Sedbergh may have had this one wrapped up in their minds. Oh, it's a clean take here for Dylan Clash. He's caused problems for Sedbergh up that sideline from the box kick of Thorpe, and just gets his body on the right side from that competition. Jacques couldn't get near it. And now Courtney throws a good pass out to Chapman, who puts the hammer down. It's Hawkins who gets back. Oh, there's a great line from Yaes. Just had to slow himself right at the point of catching the ball, which is unfortunate, otherwise he'd be making a few more yards there. But making yards goes Ben Allen. Out to Watson Knee. Across to the replacement, who gets hit well, man and ball. Watson Knee, intelligent play, brilliant execution. Managing this game superbly. We know he can do it. We've seen him do it for Wellington against the likes of Millfield. He just didn't have the finishing touch. But he's just dribbled that ball into the sideline, taken minutes off the clock and put the pressure back on Sedbergh. This is coming right down to the wire. Oh, it's not clean, but it works. And they go to the maul. But that's truck and trailer, surely, yeah. Accidental obstruction. Scrum down. Yeah, clear disconnection there between the front pod and the ball carrier at the back, and it's just a flying wedge at that point. You can see Courtney pointing not only to the significance of this moment, but to exactly where they are on the pitch. This is exactly where you want to be as a Wellingtonian. Just got to stay alert, active, and get to every breakdown here as they get across to the danger man. Yaes runs straight into base, and he's done well to make that tackle. Round the corner goes Miners. Split field, go to the shorter side. Out to Yaes, puts a little kick in behind on the toe, pressure's on, carried back over by Sedbergh. Another intelligent piece of play, but it's the execution. Knowing to kick the ball in that situation is one thing, but getting it to sit up just outside the in-goal area, running at speed with defenders in your face. Don't underestimate the skill level of these young players. That's a brilliant, brilliant option. And now Wellington not only are taking some time off the clock, but find themselves in prime position to really apply some pressure to Sedbergh. Ball to the back, Thorpe finds Yaes. Plays out the back door to the blind side. Roos Hill, he had a good run in the first half. He's been quiet since then, but just doing his job well there. Just got to resource his breakdown as a flying pick and go comes in. What a run up into that one. They're over, but no score, penalty. Obstruction, that time intentional. Not accidental, so it's a penalty, straight arm. This one's not over. Jacques has got to put a bit on this one, I think. Gets him just outside the 22. So a long way to go for Sedbergh. But only one score will do it. Wellington just have to stay switched on. They can't afford penalties. They've just got to make their tackles. And as I say, that base that goes straight through the middle puts on the afterburners and almost makes it past Dan Bone, who just gets back in the backfield. Heart and mouth time for anyone wearing black and yellow right now. As Sedbergh on the attack, Ashton. Oh, loose pass kills the attack. Hawkins has to sweep things up. Oh, goodness me, this is not what Wellington want. Facing a barrage now from Sedbergh. Oh, bit of space there. Looking for the offload, but can't find it. It's Ben Beadle, he's been dangerous. Jacques takes it to the line. You can see the anger in him in that bump off. He just wants to will his team over the line here, but they've got to stay smart. Beadle again, just gets tipped in the tackle, must roll away. Out to Jacques. Ashton puts the hammer down, but it's a penalty. Obstruction again. Now that I'd love to see a replay of. Oh, you thought it was all over, as Ashton just put the hammer down and oh. Yeah, clear obstruction, not intentional, might I add. It was Ollie McCall, unfortunately, the player penalised. He was just loitering, just holding his ground, and one may say that Yaes moved into him, but that's what opened up the space. It was the outside centre, Dan Bone, who got caught a bit high and lost his space on the inside, but I would argue that Yaes would have been there to clean that tackle up if you want to go back and watch the replay. Oh God, heart in mouth, as we thought Sedbergh had put a nail in the coffin. But this one's not over yet. Just got to find touch here. Straight over the camera. You can hear the Sedbergh line up, really firing into their lads, getting them up for this one. And they've got to do something here. We know they're dangerous. We've just seen how dangerous they can be. Arguably, even without that obstruction, it's going to be hard to stop Ashton running at that speed. But oh, overthrown. Nesbitt picks up, throws the pass out to Ashton. Almost intercepted, almost knocked on. Wellington hanging on by the skin of their teeth here. Trying to kill the clock, I think. It's all on the referee's time now. Oh, tantalising stuff. Almost intercepted, and I think Sedbergh were expecting the ball to be picked off by Wellington, but because it wasn't, he wasn't ready for the pass. And just dropped the ball at their last opportunity. Courtney almost held up. You can see the frustration now in these Sedbergh lads as they go into this contact. They can't give any penalties away here. You can see them getting a little bit wound up because they know what Wellington are trying to do here. Wellington have got to make sure they don't seal off, because I'm seeing a lot of hips above heads. You've got to stay in a positive position. Oh my goodness, it's not over yet. Sedbergh with another opportunity. And you can sense it boiling over. Mr. Sir has a word with Bentham, the number 8, just to calm his players down as we take a little pause due to an injury on the sideline. Oh my God, my heart rate is going. Just as we wait for this injury to pick himself back up, got another shout out for Sedbergh House, for Robbie and Hector. And again for Powell. Congratulations on the under-15 Bs beating Kirby. Great result for you boys. These two teams having a bit of a mothers' meeting now, having a nice chat amongst themselves. Of course, that's the thing about age grade rugby. They all know who each other are. They've all seen each other's YouTube highlights and follow each other on Instagram. Speaking of which, make sure you are following along at the Schools Championship on Instagram. That's where you'll see all the updates for us regarding the invitational teams, the current standings, and the build-up towards the end of the season and the World's Schools Festival. That's the Schools Championship on Instagram. And of course, if you are watching along here, make sure you subscribe to the channel, as you'll then get notifications when we go live for these massive schoolboy rugby occasions. As is often the case after breaks like this, the most important thing is the team that responds to it first. You've got to come with plenty of energy, and I suppose the circumstances don't need to be fired up for. Everything's on the line here. Clock is close to, if not in the red, on the referee's time. And Sedbergh arguably with their last shot of the game here. Basin gets it away to Ashton, who just puts his head down, goes through one tackle. It takes 3 to bring him down. Basin out to Nesbitt, snapping back to the short side. Brooks carries. Basin up to Jacques, Ashton again, the danger man. We said if anyone's going to do it, it'd be him. He almost did if it wasn't for an obstruction. Sanford carries hard, comes back down the short side. Ashton gets met with a good tackle. Assistant referee's there to see it's not a knock-on, almost lost possession of it. Nesbitt puts his hand up to carry again, getting through so much work. Out to Jacques, at the back to Jacques, his brother. Short ball, good line from Hawkins off his wing. Mason again. Sedbergh have to find some direction. They've got to take this by the scruff of the neck. Out to Ashton, gives the pass to Sanford, finds a short ball to the fullback, Charlie Dunedin, who's forced into touch. And that's it. They've done it. And you can see what it means to them. Players dropping to their knees, players jumping on each other. What a win. Who'd have thought it? After the way Sedbergh started this season, after the reputation they have as a school. Down by the black and yellow of Wellington, and that will mean so much to them. Commiserations to the boys in brown, who looked to have this wrapped up in the first half, but I said it, don't write Wellington off. They found a way back into this from 2 scores down and ended up winning this one. 20 points to 17, keeping them in the school's championship. It was a must-win game, and they found a way to win it, and win it they have. And along with that comes the school's challenge shield, the lineal title in this competition. Sedbergh have held it the entire time. So it's nice to see it change hands. So far, Sedbergh defeated against Ipswich, Clifton, NSB, since they won it off Whitgift. And now they have to hand it over to Wellington College, who will march on in this competition, both with the shield and with a chance to win the whole thing. What a game of schoolboy rugby. Again, the highest level in the school's championship. All these players with such bright futures, but providing entertainment in the here and now. The skill level every year just gets better and better and better as rugby as a whole becomes more professional, more educated. What a result for the Wellington lads here in Birmingham. It's going to be a happy bus ride home for them this evening. Sedbergh with a long way to contemplate their thoughts, but they're not out of it. Not in the slightest. We saw how dangerous they could be. They'll be back without a shadow of a doubt. Although they're incredibly disappointed now. It will hurt, but they'll learn from it. And it may even do them some good in the long run. But regardless, for now, I hope you've enjoyed listening and watching along with this one. I've been Ollie Johnson, calling it for you. You can find me on Instagram at OJ Rugby if you want to follow on for some more commentary bits. But otherwise, I hope you enjoyed. I wish you well for the rest of the week, and I'll catch you in the next game this weekend. It's another big one. These games are relentless. It's Whitgift versus Northampton. I'm looking forward to it. I hope you are. I'll see you then.